Good day, everyone. I'm Aloysius Yapp. I'm here to present our research related to the development of interactive 3D animal non-player characters and a study of the research framework and implementation of framework for fieldwork at the actual site. This is a study about the research framework and the implementation of the framework at the fieldwork, which is most importantly for the data collection and visual literature preparation for the virtual reality longhouse, or we call it as a VR longhouse in the world through. Our project is the real site, the actual site is at Sarawak, Betong Division, district of Saribas, which is mostly is all the Iban people be around there. So our project is that we try to focus on this particular area. And this is our co-researcher, Ms. Lim Chai Kim, Ms. Ting-Yun, and also Ms. Ching-Yun Cheng. This is the longhouse for the exterior interior. This is the exterior for bird's eye view, and exterior 1 and 2. Also interior. This is a computer-generated imagery. It's by using a 3D software to develop. So you want to see the previous project, you can go to this QR code to visit this social media site, which is designed by Aloysius, which is me, and also Mr. Jakim is a developer and programmer. So our workflow is from conceptualization, then go for ideation by the one hedge, then project reviews, simulation references, then framework building. Then we bring a framework to the research site, which we call stage 1, stage 2, or dummy 1, dummy 2, which is to familiarize with the framework. Then after that, bring back, if we do the testing and if the thing not workable, then we bring back to the studio to redo it and then try to discuss, share. Then after that, we modify it and bring back again to the site so that we prepare the framework for the use of our actual site visit. And this is a visual workflow, which is the PI, the principal investigator, try to share with the co-researchers about the framework, the conceptualization, ideation. And after that, they go for the visualization, try to use the VR gear to preview the previous project and also some of the written and also the visual references. Then after that, they can get ready for months. Then they go for the stage 1, stage 2, or we go to dummy site 1 and 2 to implement the framework which have been prepared during the discussion a few months ago. Now after that, we go through the framework like what I will show you just now, the flow that we do testing at the dummy site 1 and 2. If the thing not workable, then we try to modify until we can prepare the framework for the actual site visit in Sarawak. So this is the actual site, actual fieldwork at the actual site, which is in Sarawak, Betong Division, the district of Saribas. And the real longhouse, you can see the co-researcher try to observe and also try to collect data. And this is the PI and also the co-researchers in front of the longhouse, the real longhouse at the actual site to do their fieldwork. Then they bring all the data back, analyze, and try to get the ideas one to give it for the demo, put in the project, then show it to the co-researchers to see how the outcome potentially like. And this is the outcome. You can go to the social media site by using the QR code, and you'll see the outcome. This is our team, the research team, which will go to the actual site, which is Ms. Lim, Ms. Law, and Ms. Chen, and me myself, and the actual site in Sarawak and Betong Division. Yeah. So now let's call upon the rest of my co-researcher to present on their own parts. Thank you.
I am Ting-Yun Rose. My responsibility in the team is to assist in data collection. My focus is mostly like what has been shown during the research stage when we visit first dummy and the second dummy site. I am trying to figure out the process of how to adapt the framework which been shown by PI, the principal investigator. From the understandings of the frameworks, I am slowly and trying to adapt to the first dummy site data collection process. Then follow up with the second dummy site data collections. This time, I am able to use the framework smoothly. After first dummy site, we can back to studios and the PI tree try to explain and modify the frameworks in more user-friendly for us when we visit second dummy site. After that, the frameworks I use can assist process of data collection according to the needs, the requirements from project PI. Before actual field works, the PI shows the workflow and the process. The research team members experiencing the previous VR projects using the VR gear. After a round of discussion and joins about the frameworks and the PI brought the team to the dummy site to practice field work math. As co-researchers, we try to implement the math and also the follow which show PI. When we reach the actual research site, we figure out there's much to learn from the actual improvement information of the research frameworks.
I am Ching-Yun from Taiwan National Yunlin University of Science and Technology. I am assisting the research team to coordinate in teams of site visits and preparation before the visitors. Overall, my role is to coordinate. Most of our research field work needs modification, sometimes at the site and sometimes on paper. When we dropped and discussed during research field work, from the research framework shared by PI. From the beginning, I am trying to understand the framework as the framework is mostly focusing on some local content, such as Longhouse. So I need to pay more attention as I am not familiar with the framework. After reviewing on the previous projects, I realized I need to follow the PI to understand the whole process and how the PI put all pieces into one before the field work. Because it's such an art to work on paper and the framework, let's getting the results. The VR Longhouse. During the first and the second dummy site visits, I witnessed how the PI and the experienced researcher in the team working on the field work based on the flow state on the research framework, which we went through the 24 months. The PI shared the research framework from the beginning until the execution. The project designer demoed the previous VR Longhouse project to the co-researcher. Before the fieldwork stage is project reviews and the visualization. After the pre-research fieldwork stage, the research team starts their first dummy site visit. This is the second dummy site visit to practice the fieldwork method. Finally, the research team conducts their fieldwork at the actual site. The research team at the actual research site, exterior and interior field work.
Hello, I am Lin Chai-Tin. I'm a lecturer at the Department of Game Studies, Faculty of Creative Industries. I am also a member in the Center for Immersive Technology and Creativity, or in short, CITC, as the developer and the technical advisor for the project, the development of interactive 3D animal non-player characters. With reference to the framework, I am more involved in the technology circle to come out with this VR product. So I'm involved in the immersive technology for this project. To make the environment more believable, we have added some animals. One of it is a cat, and this is the AI or the behavior of the cat in a state diagram. The cat starts in the sleep state, and once the player goes near the cat will wake up, meow, and walk through waypoint before going back to sleep again. Here you can see the waypoints for the cat. You can see the cat on the right hand side of the screen. Okay, so it will walk towards the orange colored dots, along those dots, along the corridor, and go back to the first point where it goes to sleep. Besides the cat, we also have some fishes in the river. This is a screenshot of the fish. So for the fish, we program it to be in a school. So we have a leader fish in orange border. So around the fish, we have 5 yellow dots. These are the dots which are the destination point for the other fishes. So this way, the 5 fishes will be always in a group. In our plan, we're also going to add some chickens. These are photos of the chickens that we took in the during our field trip. Based on that, the 3D model for the chicken is created. So later on, we will try to add AI to the chicken. This is the model chicken in the 3D environment. So we hope that we can make this more interactive. For example, we can throw the chicken something to eat, and then the chicken will move towards the food, which is something we normally do when we visit a longhouse, for example.
Welcome back. Thanks, Ms. Lo, Ms. Chen, and Ms. Lim for the sharing for their own parts. I hope that they can bring us some ideas how this workflow look like. Okay, this is the project which we used about 6 months for us to prepare the co-researchers, and the PI tried their best to share with them all the previous projects and also all the visual we have. Then after that we do sharing, then try our best to redevelop the also rebuild the framework for the usage of our actual site visit. So for months we try to work on that from paperwork until we go to the dummy site 1 and 2 to implement and modify, do testing, then modify again until we manage to get a proper potential framework was to use at the actual site. Then we visit our actual site in Sarawak, Betong Division, and district of Saribas, the real longhouse, and collect the data, bring the data back to the studio. Then we try to put in a project to see how the potential output look like. And this is a collaboration between the core researchers and the PI. And we hope in future we can do it more AI version of the NPC, the non-player characters, especially for the animals. So I would like to thanks all the teams which put out a lot of effort. Thanks. And then now I will open up for Q&A. Thank you.